Well, hello there, and welcome back to episode 60 of Talking Shit with a Yank and a Bread. Boop, boop, boop.
You were so prepared because if you had said, "Hey, Kate, what episode are we recording today?" I wouldn't have known.
It's only because when I start this little recording session,
You title it.
yeah, and so I know where we are.
Okay. That would have been like 6,024.
Yes, that's how many we've done. Well done.
Thanks. We've been working real hard. How you living, girl?
Living good. As you can see, I've got my Plop t-shirt on my head.
Yep.
Looks
Love
good.
it.
I like these little
Love it.
bits.
Yeah, you got a good one. I like mine is always so sloppy when I do it. I'm surprised. It's probably why I get really fucked up curls sometimes. Because I just am like, oh, that's good enough.
Well, I bought one of those special head things. Like a, I don't know what it's called. Head towel.
Sure. Oh, like a microfiber towel.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's like a hood, but with a point at the end. So you
Oh,
pop it
interesting.
and then wrap it around. Tuck
Okay.
it in. But actually,
Maybe I should get one of
I
those.
prefer the t-shirt.
Hmm.
It's better.
Maybe a little bit easier to manage or better for your curls.
Yeah.
I just like do this now so it's not sopping, like just a micro plop,
Do
and then
you?
I just let it. Yeah, I don't actually wrap it because I feel like I said, I just get a lot of fucked up curls that way. So,
Stop plopping.
yep. Stop, plop, and roll. I don't know why I
That's
thought
the
that was
title.
really funny. Crack my shit up. Writing that one down. When I was so, as you know, because I've told you I have that training that I do twice a year going on right now, and Saturday was the third day of it, and I was like looking at myself in the virtual image, and I was like, I didn't scrunch out my hair that well. And one of my partners who does listen to the podcast, hey Jen, pretty regularly was like, I've been enjoying listening to you and Gemma talk about that. And I was like, yeah, I bet it's riveting stuff, isn't it? Just riveting stuff.
Riveting stuff. But we're on
But
a journey together.
Yeah.
And we're
And I
bringing you
think
all with us.
other people have started a journey too.
We're inspiring millions.
Yes, I think we are. It's a movement.
It's the curly girl hair movement.
Yep. It's invented by us, not someone years ago. There isn't a Reddit that has hundreds and hundreds of people on it talking about all their no, this is something made by me and Jem.
It's actually copyrighted and trademarked, so
Yeah.
if you're doing it, then you owe us some money.
Yep. Well, I would look forward to seeing your results today. I'm pretty happy with mine today, even though you can't really tell because of my headphones now. But
yeah, I just recently had a shower, as hence the plop.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, what do I do? My hair's wet, but I don't want to dry it, so
just leave it in the plop.
left it in the plop. So it might be mental.
I want to see.
I look like I'm wearing a burqa.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, maybe more like a habit, like a nun's habit.
Yeah. Or what is it? It's not a caftan, is it?
Yeah, that's like the body thing.
That's a top. Yeah.
Yeah. Or moo. Your little ears. Well, you and I have both been busy. You've been busy hustling for someone who, was laid off, but you're making it work. Sounds like you're pretty busy. Do you have any like future shows you want to plug?
Not
will
yet, no.
by the time this comes out.
We're Burn the Boat. One of my bands is playing at the Kemp in Brighton on the 5th of October.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. I've got others in the diary, but it's going to take me a minute to go through it. So.
Okay, well, there's one.
As they
at
come
least.
up, I'll let you know.
Yeah, check out the socials. What do I have coming up? My stand-up at the Underground Comedy Club. I'll have a show in Los Angeles.
Don't tell me anything.
Yeah, this was a surprise. Happened so fast. Yeah, you like what I did there? Anyway, no, nothing going on with me. So
Well, you're a busy bee at work, aren't you? So,
I guess.
mhm.
I guess.
Well, on that note, I guess we should crack on with some entertaining content and give the people what they want.
I mean, you said that so inspiringly. That really got me going, I think. It's Monday morning for me. It's Monday afternoon for Jem. No one have too high expectations, please.
It's Monday Fun Day.
Monday, fun day, better than a Sunday. You only do it
Oh.
one way, and that's the fun way.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well,
the
so what should
title of
we?
your new musical.
Yes, it
going
is.
to
The one woman show.
going to theatres in January 2025.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
Pre-book.
I better get to work on
Yeah, you better write that shit.
that. What are we talking about today?
Right. Well, I found. It's funny because I was thinking about some of these the other day, and then I saw a post about it. It's like I've manifested it.
No, your phone's listening to you and your brain.
Maybe, yeah. Wonder if it can listen to my brain waves.
Again.
So there's things that happen, that must happen in the world every day, but people never see it happening. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to run some by you and see if you've ever seen any of these things occur.
Like Santa Claus?
Not Santa Claus, no. Bit out there.
Okay. Little more daily occurrence.
Well, first one, for example. Have you ever seen a goth driving a car?
like someone all black.
Yep.
Let me just go past through the last 37 years, or at least when it driving. No, I don't think so. Not in my memory. I can't recall this.
No. But they must drive.
Who is high and putting their thoughts on the internet is what I want to know.
This is like
Stop
my
it.
brain at 11 o'clock at night when I'm trying to go to bed.
It's like shower thoughts.
Never seen
Do
a goth
goths
driving
drive?
a car. Well, there's plenty out there. But
Mhm.
I've never seen, a black-haired, black eyelinered, leather jacketed goth driving a car.
No. No, I don't think so either. I don't think I have.
No.
They're not. Maybe they like only drive when they're not in goth mode.
Oh, maybe they're not allowed to drive in
Yeah.
goth mode because it's too
Well,
scary.
in some states, I think it is illegal to drive in goth mode. Like in Kentucky. You can't.
Or maybe they're all vampires.
Oh, so it's only at night.
They only go out at night, yeah. Or turn into
Yeah.
bats.
Yeah. That's how they get around.
Yeah, they fly.
I'm sorry to our goth listeners who we might be offending, but if you have proof of yourself driving or a friend of yours driving, could you send it to us, please?
Yeah,
Just so
good.
we can clear this one. This urban legend.
Okay, next one. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No. I haven't.
I know!
Are they just born fully adult?
Exactly. I mean, I've seen pigeons making nests, but never have I seen a baby pigeon.
That's because pigeons, I don't think, are actually like born from like how birds are. I think they're formed out of like trash goo,
Yeah.
right? Like everyone hates pigeons and they think they're like trash birds, and so like it's because they're actually just made of garbage. What is that?
Just found a bit of gel on my arm.
Oh yeah, it
It's
does get everywhere.
like a bogey. It's fucking horrible.
Gross.
Sorry. Back to the baby pigeons.
Or maybe just like leftover residual hair gel. That's what they're formed out of.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
interesting.
I think we need to Google this.
Yeah.
Just so we can see what they look like. I bet they're cute. I bet they're really fluffy. Baby pigeons.
I mean, most birds are.
No, they're hideous.
Are they?
First article, Mr. Solved, why you never see a baby pigeon. Because no one knows they're a pigeon.
Oh my God, look at them.
Yeah, they're not cute.
How cute. It's not like a duckling or a, baby
Mm-mm.
chicken.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was quite
So what? It doesn't tell me why I've never seen one. Okay, where is it? This article says nothing. I wonder if it's just because we don't know we're looking at baby pigeons.
Oh, so baby pigeons spend a relatively long time in the nest, as much as 4 to 5
Mm.
weeks. So when they finally fledge, they just look like adults.
Oh, okay.
And a
Okay.
baby pigeon is called a squab.
Oh, so okay, so that's like when people are like, "Oh, I'm having a squab for dinner," they're just eating a baby trash bird.
Yeah, apparently so.
Gross.
Grim.
The next article, the linking in the article I was looking for, linked to this article. Here's why pigeons are the most misunderstood birds. So now we're going to advocate for some pigeons,
They
okay?
are, right? Okay. That's really interesting because I read an article about this the other week. And fuck, I can't actually remember it now because my memory's shit. But basically, like before the war, the world wars, they were seen as like
Useful?
yeah, really useful, incredible birds. Fuck, I really want to find it because it was amazing. They like stopped loads of shit happening, and obviously we used them to carry messages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they were used for other stuff. Let me find it.
Okay, so they're really smart. They're not on the level of crows, ravens, or parrots, but they're easy to domesticate, I guess. And they learn to play ping pong. They correctly distinguish between diseased and disease-free tissue. They're and there was a study where they were told the differences between impressionist and cubist paintings, so they could like, oh yeah, this is of
Mm,
the impressionist era of
yes.
Degas. And if you switch their babies with another bird's, they can tell, which yeah, that
Oh.
I think that probably makes sense, but they have strong family units and mate for life, and don't feed them if you want to help them. Okay, noted.
I'm gonna find. I think it was a reel which I sent to someone, so I'm gonna find it.
The
Um,
ones we see in the city are mutts. They're a mix of breeds, so they're pretty. You get different colors, which is really pleasant. Um, I like this woman. Her last name is Rosemary, I think. I like them because they tell a story about human history and human movement and the way we relate to animals. That's how she sounds, I think.
that's definitely her voice.
I just can't imagine her being any other way, to be honest. When a male pigeon's ready to mate, he struts around, coos, puffs himself up, and does his best to attract a willing female.
That's
I'm sorry,
terrible
but bird
species.
mating like rituals are so funny to me.
They're so good, and I wish humans did that as well.
I think we'd
I
probably
want
have
the
a lot
guys
more
to dance.
success.
Yeah.
Ah,
Um,
this is on Birds and Blooms if anybody wants to learn more about pigeons and maybe other birds. But just to describe this, so a baby pigeon, the one I'm looking at, it's like it almost looks prickly, and it's
mm.
got like blue spiky things and then like really kind of wispy, wiry yellow hair. I mean, it actually is kind of so ugly it's cute, to be honest. But I think if someone was like, "Oh, come look at these baby pigeons," I'd be like, "No, no, no. Those are the long extinct dodo bird we found a new nest."
Yeah,
And
they
that
do look like dodo birds, don't they?
oh my god, and then this one, it's a Reddit one, the rarely seen baby pigeon, and it's a picture. I gotta send this to you because this one is insane. This one looks like it's been through some stuff. There, check out that baby pigeon.
It's
It's
had a
yellow.
life.
It's got this like weird beak. It's got narrow little eyes. I don't know. Something's wrong with this pigeon, I think. Someone said it's like an orangutan was crossed with a pigeon or a baby dodo bird. Yes. I love being right.
When people say a face only a mother could love, this is what they're referring to.
And then someone said it's called a squab. You misspelled squig. Ah, funny.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I can't. Oh fuck! Just hit the mic. Sorry.
No.
I send too many memes. This is what I'm discovering right now.
And you're not sending them to me, which I just find greatly offensive.
I'm so sorry.
You don't even like me.
I don't, actually.
Fair enough. I don't like me either.
Oh, I can't find it. But it was when I do come across it, I'll send it and I'll repost it on
Okay, cool.
Instagram. But yeah, they did loads of really cool things and they're really intelligent. And then after the war, I don't know, someone like discredited them and made them seem disgusting. And then people were like, ew, pigeons, they're gross. And everyone started hating pigeons.
Oh, that's too bad. They did all that work for us and then we're just mean to them.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like humanity.
Is mean.
Yeah. All right, what else?
Okay. Have you ever seen an ice cream van filling up with fuel or gas at the gas station?
I'm going to say no, but I feel like our ice cream vans can be very sketch. They're literally just like cargo vans that people like pasted stickers of ice cream on. Yeah, they're very sketch, some of them. And I feel like seeing one at a gas station filling up probably wouldn't be that weird, but I can't say that I have.
No, no one's ever seen it. It's never been seen.
They run on
They run
the
on
joy.
cream.
The joy
They
they
run
get
on
from
children's
children.
screams, children's laughter.
Yep. Which actually sounds horrific, but it's meant to be nice.
I mean, I wondered whether they're actually electric because, like, we have, milk delivery trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all electric because they don't want to wake people up in the middle of the night. So I wondered, oh, well, maybe ice cream vans are, but
They could be. I mean, because vans are refrigerated, and it would make sense for it to be the same thing. I think you guys also have like legitimate looking ones too. So
yeah. There's also a documentary that I keep seeing about,
ice cream vans.
yeah, ice cream vans, where it was basically a big front for like organized crime and drug dealing.
Oh, well, that would explain why ours look like cargo vans, rapist vans. I could see that being a real cheap way to like money launder. You just need to go buy some ice cream,
Yep.
mark it up, get it in a car. Like people, my Corolla could be an ice cream car.
Yeah. Just gonna play some music out the windows really loud.
Just roll down my windows and it's like ice cream kids. I got some melted bomb pops and I don't know, some other
Meth.
ice cream that no one ice cream sandwiches. I don't know. $12, please.
Yeah. We have, you've probably seen it in the UK, we call it a 99, which is like your standard cone, Mr. Whippy ice cream,
With a
and
little
a
bit of a
chocolate
flake.
flake.
Sure have.
Mm-hmm. And they're traditionally called a 99 because they used to be 99p.
99p.
Now they're about £5.
Yeah. Fuck those. Get a Twister.
Yeah, fucking love a Twister.
Oh, they're so good. We're really missing out on not having Twisters, my fellow Americans. I just want you to know this. They're
You don't have
so
Twisters?
good. No, of course we don't. That's why I get so goddamn excited when I have one over there. Sean's mom stocks the freezer for me.
Bless her. Well done, Debs. Okay, have you ever seen a pothole being filled in?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Debunk that one.
I think perhaps because of how our roads are, and I know you guys have roads and cars, obviously, but that is a big deal here for them to get filled. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it is for us because they're fucking everywhere. But sometimes you just drive over one where there's been millions of potholes and all of a sudden they're filled in.
Mm-hmm. Well, they probably do them at night when people aren't really on the roads, but because we have, I think, so many 2-4 lane roads, like you can close a lane, fill it in, and cars can still go. So you can kind of do it.
I mean, traditionally here, they like to do roadworks, bank holiday weekends, school holidays, when the roads are the most busy. That's when they decide to do roadworks, yeah.
Duh. That makes sense.
The most obvious choice.
Yep.
Okay. Have you ever seen a for sale sign being put up or taken down?
Well, because I have bought 2 houses, I have.
Did you put them up?
No, our realtor did.
Yeah.
So I saw it being put up and then also removed.
Okay, well, I haven't. They just pop up in the middle of nowhere
They do.
all of a sudden.
Yep, they do.
Mm.
Okay. So like I get it. I get that it's just like one day you're driving down the street, it's not there, next day it's there. And it has to be a really particular moment in time to catch it. But like I said, I sold and bought a house. So
Yeah, fair. All right. Okay, I mean, this one I have seen. But when you think about it, you don't see it a lot for how often it happens.
mm-hmm.
Your neighbours taking their shopping in, like their groceries.
I feel like I see Bob doing it all the time.
Yeah, I see Nick doing it all the time.
I want to be like, do you need any help, sir? So you got about 4 cases of canned beverages there. Let me grab some.
Is Bob an alcoholic?
No, they're like soda and water.
Let me take
Poor
your
Bob.
beers in.
Very sweet man.
Have you ever seen a wild owl? I hear them all the time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like
Woohoo.
no, I don't know if I have, but I have heard them.
Sneaky.
And like if I saw it, it would be in a zoo, and that's not wild, right? So
No, exactly. I've seen them at like falconry
yeah,
shows and stuff.
I've seen them online.
I mean, some people get attacked by them.
Yeah, they have it coming though.
Mm. Well, there was that staircase, wasn't there? Did you see that?
Yeah, but that's not what fucking happened.
It might have been what happened. No one knows.
Just an owl flew in and ate my wife.
Pushed her down the stairs.
Yeah, it was angry owl.
Yeah, there's blood everywhere. To be fair, Alan did get like hit in the head with a bat the other day. Not a bat, like a flying bat.
Did he go get his rabies shots?
I don't think he did. No.
Oh no.
He said, it's because his head's so shiny that they were just confused.
Was he outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Probably fine then. But
they should have like sonar,
Mhm.
to avoid objects, but not this one.
Sometimes it doesn't always work,
Exactly.
He probably doesn't need rabies shots if it was outside, but you always hear about bats getting into people's houses, and they say sometimes that's because they're confused and maybe rabid.
Oh, really?
Like when Nigel
Yeah.
first moved over here, and we're still kind of at my mom's house. I was at work. Everyone was at work except for Nigel, and I get a call from him, and he's like, "There's a bat in your mom's house," and it's like, "We all have to go get rabies shots."
It's pooping everywhere. Oh, bless.
Well, they say because it's like it could bite you at night, and you might not realize you actually have been bitten. So anyway,
especially if it's a vampire bat.
Mhm.
Oh, gross. I mean, they tend to eat like small insects and moths, so I think.
And fruit.
Yeah, you'd be all right.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're confused and
ill,
then they might just like fall on you and bite you.
Yeah, it often happens. Yeah,
it does. Okay,
it's like how they
I've
say
been bitten by
eat,
27 bats because I'm confused for fruit or a little bug.
You do look like a little bug. Yeah,
I know, just like a little cat bug,
little ladybug.
I understand the intention by these lists though, because you're right. It's these things that we know exist, or we just like assume exist or happen, even if very rarely do we actually see this very common occurrence or thing that happens or thing that exists in the world, like baby pigeons. They have to exist.
Exactly. Have you ever seen one? No.
Well, again, now we realize we just might not. We might have thought it was like, I don't know, a monster.
Yeah.
They're so ugly. Who made it a bird and an orangutan? Who did this?
Who made this monstrosity?
Any listeners at home have any other ones? I'm sure we could probably think of a ton.
I do have 2 more, actually.
Oh, yeah, sure.
A crane being put up or taken down. Those massive fucking things.
Or scaffolding for that matter. Just like there all of a sudden.
I see that quite a lot being
Oh,
put
okay,
or taken
never
down
mind.
around these parts. But
But yeah, cranes, I assume they just are like fully assembled always and they just like
just
have to
plop them
drop them
down
in.
with a
Yeah, just drop.
helicopter. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And a seagull sitting in a tree.
Well, no, of course not, because there's no trees where seagulls are.
There's seagulls here. There's trees here. Never seen one in a tree.
It's because they're too busy trying to find food.
They're always on top of the roofs around here.
Yeah. I wonder if it's easier for them because of their feet to sit on a flatter surface.
Because they're like flat-footed rather than clawed,
Seagulls
taloned.
in trees. Why have I never seen a seagull in a tree? They probably don't land in trees very often because they tend to be large birds with long wings, so they need a lot of clearance. And they're also typically associated with coastal environments where there can be less trees.
They're coming inland now. I think we've discussed this before.
I mean, basically England's an entire island, so like
I suppose so, yeah.
they're going to be around.
Land gulls.
Oh, here's some pictures of seagulls in trees, and they look ridiculous. I'm not going to lie.
Do they?
Yeah.
I want to see this shit.
Here, I'll send you the one I was looking at. It just looks very out of place, to be honest.
Now I'm seeing that. I feel like I have seen that.
You're like, that looks familiar. I mean, one of them is on like a felled tree, so it's a little bit, it's like, oh yeah, they probably do like stand on trees that are in water, right?
Yeah.
But these three look like, I don't know, is it Finding Nemo with the seagulls? They're all like, mine.
Mine.
Yeah.
Cute. Well, there you have
Yeah.
it. Yeah, if anyone has any more weird occurrences or like Mandela effects, I love a Mandela effect.
Yeah. Those are interesting.
Fruit of the loop.
Fruit of the loom. The
Yep.
cornucopia.
That's
So like
what I mean.
someone debunked that, and like I know people were like, oh, that's fake, but I think someone was like, here is a literal shirt
Yeah.
with the tag.
It was quite recent as well that came out, but Fruit
What
of the Loom are
confuses me
like,
is
nope, that's never been our logo.
yeah, like what vested thing would they have to, other than I guess generate some buzz, right? To say like, to be like, no, that's not ours.
Well, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with it and it started getting linked to like government conspiracy theories because the government are trying to prove that they can fuck with people's minds with stuff.
Just like, you know, Avril's doppelganger.
Yeah, exactly. There's a new one as well about Furbies.
Oh, what is it?
That apparently they potentially may have been listening to us, spying on us.
I mean, honestly, like that's not that weird to me considering we have like Alexa and stuff now that does that shit. Like, I mean, and they were, I think, voice reactive. I never had one, but they like you could talk to it and it would like wake up. And so it almost had to have kind of some of the similar technology where it's just like kind of listening for that. But, you know, back then, I guess that was not like a concern I think people necessarily had.
No, exactly. Speaking of
I'm glad I never had a Furby.
I did, and I loved my Furby.
What was its name?
I can't remember.
You loved it a lot then.
I think it was just called Furby.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Alexa, have you seen the videos where people are asking Alexa why they should vote for Trump?
No.
And Alexa's like, I'm sorry, I can't give you any information on political because it would be unfair. And then they say, why should I vote for Kamala? And it like reels off a shitload of information.
Interesting.
Vote for Kamala.
That's so interesting considering the company that like manufactures and maintains Alexa, I would imagine probably is in favor of the candidate that is going to make sure that they don't have to pay taxes.
That's true, yeah.
So, interesting.
Interesting.
I haven't seen that, but I'll do some research on it. We can discuss more next time.
Yeah, I'll send you them. I keep seeing it on Reels.
Okay, cool. So for our in the know listeners, or those who at least get online or watch the news once in a while, there was a woman in France who was a victim of some really horrific shit from her husband and had basically requested that the trial be public so that all of the people involved could be basically exposed, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so 51 men were put on trial in France for raping a woman for over a decade, with her
Jesus.
husband at the centre of it all. So on last Monday, a total of 51 men went on trial in France's Avignon. A woman who was allegedly drugged by her now ex-husband so that she could be raped by other men while she was unconscious is expected to testify on Thursday before a panel of French judges on her years-long ordeal. Her former spouse, Dominique Pellicot, who's now 71, and 50 other men are standing on trial on charges of rape and face up to 20 years in prison. The trial started on Monday in the southern city of Avignon and is expected to run until December. So Giselle Pellicot, who and her husband of 50 years, were living in their family home in a small town in Provence with their 3 children. But in late 2020, her world collapsed. A security agent caught her husband taking photos of women's crotches in a supermarket. Nice, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Leading investigators to search Dominique Pellicot's phone and computer, where they found thousands of photographs and videos of men appearing to rape his then wife, Giselle, in their home while she appeared unconscious.
Jesus.
Police officers investigating the case also found communications Dominique had allegedly sent on messaging websites commonly used by criminals, in which he invited men to sexually abuse his wife. The website has since been shut down. Good. Crude details of the repeated abuses, which investigators said began in 2011, of,
God.
and of the elaborate system Pellicot had put into place over 10 years, emerged on Wednesday during the trial. So the accused men represent a kaleidoscope of working class and middle class French society: truck drivers, soldiers, carpenters, trade workers, a prison guard, a nurse, an IT expert working for a bank, a local journalist, and they all range from age 26 to 74. And many have children and are in relationships. Most men are charged with raping a woman once. A handful are accused of returning as many as 6 times.
One gave her HIV.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So the men invited to the couple's home had to follow certain rules. They could not talk loudly, had to remove their clothes in the kitchen, and could not wear perfume or smell of tobacco, French media reported. They sometimes had to wait for up to an hour and a half in a nearby parking lot for the drugs to take effect and render their victim unconscious. The victim, Giselle, who has since divorced her husband, good, and changed her surname, good, is now in her 70s. Other defendants have denied the rape charges, with some arguing that they had the husband's permission and thought that was sufficient.
Yep. Well, I guess in some, back in the day, and perhaps in some countries, maybe that would suffice as consent.
Yeah, not in 2011, though.
No, not, I don't think in France either.
No. Others claim they believe the victim had agreed to be drugged, because we're all up for that.
Yeah.
When the police showed Giselle some of the photographs, they say her husband had carefully classified and stored. She expressed deep shock and said that her and her husband had been together since they were 18 and
God.
described him to police as caring and considerate. She had no memory of being raped by him or the other men, only one of whom she recognised, she told the police, who was a neighbour in town.
Jesus.
So yeah, she wanted the trial to be held in public in order to raise awareness, and granted permission for her photo and name to be used.
which I think is incredibly brave. Here in the States, we have laws that kind of protect victims of certain crimes, like their names are not referenced in court documents
Mhm.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that
same.
because of, and I think that's important. I think that, but I also think what it has done is it's protected the abusers too,
Mm.
and the rapists and all of that, because if it even goes report, even if it gets reported and goes to charges, um, it just like it's not as widely publicized because of the shame. I mean, victims get blamed. We know that,
Yeah.
and I think it also kind of has a quieting effect on people talking about that to kind of make it less about victims and more about perpetrators. And so, Giselle, fucking bravo
Mhm.
on basically not only being willing to kind of put yourself out there like that, but to expose literally all of these men too,
Yeah.
who have done this to you, and let the world and their friends and family see their fucking faces.
But just imagine as well being married to a man for what, 50 years, 52 years. And in your eyes, he seems
Seem
like a
like
great husband, great
yeah.
dad, you know. And then to find out he's been doing that, like, what the actual fuck must she have felt when she found that out?
Well, and I imagine that she probably had some not suspicions of that, but like being drugged and then waking up,
Mm.
like that in and of itself probably you feel a little bit funky, right? But maybe there was some sort of like she had a med that made her drowsy. I don't
Yeah.
know. Um, but then also, I'm sorry, like you can tell when you've had intercourse, right?
Yeah.
Like you've, especially if it's like a lot or particularly rough,
Mm.
like there's trauma. That's why when like rape kits are done, they look for trauma,
Mhm.
um, and bruising and stuff. And I imagine she probably couldn't even figure, like she was probably just like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah. She probably
Because
thought she
like,
had some
why
sort
would
of
you? Oh,
medical
my
condition
husband
or
must
something.
be, yeah, my husband must be drugging me and inviting tens upon 20s of tens upon tens of men to rape me while I'm unconscious. Like no one
Yeah.
would think that,
No,
right?
that's not your go-to like suspicion.
No.
It's so
Oh,
fucked
that's
up.
it is really fucked up, and it's like I remember seeing that and being like, "Gee," it, people cover, right? Like talking about how he seems like this really loving, caring man, and like they have kids who I'm
Mm.
sure are probably shocked too, and these men in the community who took part in it, like people can cover, right? Like and
Mm.
or you know good people do horrific things to each other sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Clearly.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that like just because you know someone in a particular light doesn't mean they don't do horrible things to someone else or
Mm.
haven't, right?
Oh, and it also just shows you that you never really know someone, do you?
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm. I was listening to a podcast earlier, actually, and it was a behavioural studies and evolution scientist, and he was saying that the most dangerous thing for a woman is her husband,
Yeah.
because most female homicides are by their partner or their
Yeah.
husband.
There's a reason why usually the husband or the partner is the first suspect, right?
Yep.
But I also it's just like uh, men are lethal to women in general.
Mm.
Like I can't remember what I was watching, but it was just kind of the same old conversation about how we can't walk to our cars alone at night. We got to put our keys between our fingers. We got to go in pairs,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. We got to, share a location when we go on first dates with people. Um, it's dangerous to be a woman.
Yeah.
And if you have people who care about you, and like if you're a white woman, then like at least the police will maybe put more effort into investigating things. But think about, the all the times women of color and women in the LGBTQI plus communities that get
Mhm.
discounted or not believed or blamed in some way. And
Yeah.
like, I think when we talk to our friends about our tales of our own sexual assault experiences, they're people we know that we also are like, well, thought that was a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Shit out there, ladies, and men. What's up?
Yeah,
Why you gotta be
men.
so violent?
Yeah, like we need more men to do more to like call out men, and then like
Mhm.
women need to. It's hard, right? Like I think believe women, right? Believe victims, but I
Yeah.
also know that there are outlier cases where maybe there's someone wrongfully accused and all of that. But I think like that's such a small percentage.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's not an easy thing, or it wouldn't be something a woman would want to do willingly, lying
yeah, all
about.
the flack they face
Mm,
just by accusing someone,
yeah.
like think about the Jean Carroll who years later is, sued Trump about what happened.
Mm,
And like, well, I'm sure she probably got a death threat or two.
yeah. I bet she fucking did.
Yeah. Ugh. Cool. Love this world. Yay.
Yay!
Well, should we
Well,
end on a lighter note
let's
or should
end
we
on a
end on a
lighter
worse
note.
note?
Yeah. I've got a quick am I the arsehole for you.
Ooh, let's hear it, baby.
Okay, baby. Okay. Am I the arsehole? Roommate wants me to use the terrible downstairs bathroom because of her OCD. I, male 22, moved back to school this week. 3 new roommates moved into my house. So it's 3 guys and 2 girls. One of the new girls, Lara, who's 20, expects the 3 guys to all use the crappy downstairs bathroom all the time because she doesn't want our germs in the upstairs one. I learned this when I took a shower upstairs, like I've always done for the year I've been living here, and the other girl, Stevie, and a couple of hours later told me that Lara asked her to tell me to only use the downstairs bathroom,
She
which
couldn't even
is,
do it herself.
yeah, fuzzy.
Sorry.
Which is the coldest room in the house, has no fan, so it gets extremely wet every time someone showers, and is connected to my roommate's room, so you can hear everything both ways. Last year, everyone showered upstairs because it's a really nice bathroom. Apparently, Lara was sitting crisscross applesauce in her room, bawling her eyes out because I used the upstairs bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
When I was looking for roommates, she never told me anything about this. I hate making girls cry, but of course I said no because that's ridiculous. But now her and her boyfriend are like mad at me. Lol. What should I do? Am I the arsehole?
Oh boy. I do think that that demand is excessive. And I understand that she might have some mental health needs. Um, but that's why you either be transparent about them and what you need. And if it's not
Mhm.
a good fit, if they can't accommodate that, then you have to find a place that would, like, maybe her name's Laura or Lara. Maybe she needs to live on her own, or maybe she needed the room connected to the bathroom, and then
Yeah.
that could be her bathroom.
I was going to say she
Um,
should use that bathroom on her own.
that's what I was going to suggest too. But then it's connected to someone's bedroom. So, like,
Mm.
I get maybe they weren't going to move out because they had been living there already, but like, you find a place with an ensuite that can just be your bathroom then, if that's
Yeah.
you. But if you're a germaphobe or have OCD, diagnosed or not, a part of me thinks that maybe this could just be maybe someone's proclivity or preference rather than a
Mm.
legitimate issue. But I don't know. Let's assume it is. Um,
I mean, if
I
you're in a
imagine
shared house, you
it'd be
have to
hard to live with people with that.
yeah, but you should also expect to share the bathroom,
Yeah,
unless everyone has an ensuite, you know.
yeah, yeah. I guess that I would be looking for that or living on my own if I
Mm.
were her and had those needs. Like I just would, because I wouldn't expect other people to basically have to change their lives for my needs, right?
Yeah.
Unless like you were and it's like, oh, we can make this work. Like we'll figure it out. But she didn't talk about it
No, she
and
didn't
chose to
tell
move it.
him before he showered. So how was
No,
he meant to know?
before she even moved in.
Mm.
So, and then I like that she had someone else tell him too. Like I just that makes me think it's not so much about a diagnosed real need that she is trying to accommodate herself and then also have to like live with. I
Mm.
think it's a girl who probably isn't used to living with people and thinks boys are gross and doesn't want to share space with them. So don't live with them
Smelly.
then. Yeah. So no, not the asshole. That's really unfortunate, particularly since they'd been living there and she came in and is the new person in the home and is like, well, we're doing the same thing we've always done, which
Yeah,
is shower in
exactly.
that bathroom.
Yeah. So, top comments are, sounds like Lara needs to pack her shit and find a new place.
Yeah, I mean,
Next
try
comment.
to be a little more sensitive about it, but yeah, pretty much.
Next comment is, if the if the bathroom was in her bedroom and this was established at move-in and she paid rent accordingly, then I would understand. But it doesn't seem like any of this fits here. She needs to find a place that has her own bathroom if it's that bad. Next person said, facts. Lara's expectations are unreasonable and inconsiderate, and OP is not responsible for managing Lara's OCD.
No.
Agreed.
Yeah. Sorry, Lara.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I've lived in shared houses and
Me too.
the men can be gross in the bathroom, leaving wee all over the floor and seat and poo splatters everywhere and stuff like that. But it's just kind of part of the deal. So if you don't like that shit, then get somewhere with an ensuite or find your own place. Sorry, Lara.
Yeah, I lived in my sophomore year of college. I lived with 3 guys and 1 other girl. The girl I knew, we went to high school together and we were friends, but 3 guys, like, I don't remember how we got introduced to them, but we ended up living with them and it had 2 bathrooms. One that was pretty close to my friend and I's space, but there was also one of the guys on that end of the hall. And then one on the other end of the hall where the 3 other rooms were. And primarily the one closest to my friend and I, we use that one. But like if someone needed to use the restroom and the other one was occupied, I wasn't going to be like, you can't use that. Unfortunately, these guys were, I mean, we all contributed to mess, but like it was not always the cleanest place. Pretty sure I got sick a lot from maybe it being gross there. And like somehow the lock got broken. And so like, and these guys thought it would be really funny to like open the door when we were showering. So we had to like jimmy rig this shoelace tied to the towel bar, tied to the doorknob to function as a lock when we showered. So that they like, it was so fucked up.
So that they wouldn't
open the door when we're
perv on you.
showering.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is it wasn't even that. They just thought it was funny. They would like walk by and open it and keep walking. It's not like they actually looked at us.
That is quite
So I was
funny, to be
also just
fair.
like, is it? I don't know. I mean, I tried to take it in stride, but in hindsight, I was like, it's pretty fucked up. And one of our roommates would often get drunk and then vomit in our bathtub.
Oh, nice. Not even the toilet.
No. Yeah, so that was a fun life. That was a fun year, right, Kim? I know she listens sometimes and is probably reflecting back on that with shock.
Yes, I imagine she is. That's gross.
Yeah. Well, not the asshole, but generally men can be. In this instance, not. And, you know, where the fuck are baby pigeons?
Where the fuck are all the baby pigeons? And why don't goths drive?
Why don't goths drive? Yeah. And with that, check us out on the socials at TSYB Pod.
Oh, yeah.
Email us with your proof of baby pigeon existence or that goths can drive, or any other weird things that we never see that we know happen. And it doesn't just happen magically because that's not how the world works, sadly.
Or is it?
TalkShitToUs at gmail.com. And
Correct.
like, rate, subscribe, heart, review, follow, download, whatever. All the things you can do on our pods.
Do all
so that we, know you're listening and can hear feedback from you and spread the word.
Hell yeah.
We're looking to get like some sort of Nobel Prize for this podcast.
Yeah, I think it's on the cards.
I think, I think we're really doing some good work here.
At least a nomination,
Yeah, for sure. Well, I hope you have a good rest of the week.
And you.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Maybe, baby.
Bye.